just talking about Clemson, very good team, veteran team, experienced team. Obvious they play for each other, they love each other. As a coach, when you're sitting there watching them play, you're hearing them talk to each other. That's what coaches love to see. You can see they're connected. It's the reason why they're first place in this conference, because they're connected. They shoot the ball well, they post well, they pass the ball, excellent passing team. And if you're not desperately defending them, they're going to burn you. So just think they're a really hell of a team.
Question.
Coach turned into a bit of a foul fest there in the second half. PJ was in foul trouble for most of the game. How did that change your strategy, if at all?
Didn't change our strategy at all. We just tried to do what we could to get back in the game. We knew that, they're a good team. They defend well. They solid. We tried to set great screens. At times we did. We got good stuff out of it. But then, it goes back to the first half where we had so many turnovers, which really hurt us in the game. First half really hurt us.
What did you feel like y'all did in the second half that allowed you to get back into it?
Thought we played with better pace. I thought we shared the ball a little better. Obviously, 42 points. Thought we got in the ball to the lane, made threes off that. I think we're a decent team whenever we can move the ball and get it in the lane and make extra passes to make people foul us, whether that's from the post or off drives. I wish we could put two halves together and see where we are. I wish we can prevent teams from shooting, I don't know exactly what they shot in the field, 53% for the game. You can't win. This is too good of a team. If a team is shooting that high percentage, it's very difficult to win.
Mike, Clemson, pretty good defensive team. Y'all put 70 up on them. How do you think you were successful on the offensive end?
I think I got to the basket pretty good. Posted smaller guards, got fouled, made some free throws. Just used my physicality to get to the line.
Coach, Hunter's obviously what kind of matchup or problems does he present, and how do you kind of see this game when you're studying, watching him, and seeing him in person?
I love the fact that he's skilled and he can hurt you in the post. He can hurt you catch and shoot, running off screens. He's just a complete basketball player. Amazing that he's the one guy on this team that we sort of wanted to target. Target meaning know where he is at all times. And he gets 28 and 11. That goes to show he plays hard, he's skilled, he passes the ball, he's not selfish, he lets the game come to him, and he's efficient. Hell of a player, hell of a player.
Any other questions in the room here? Are there any questions for our media on the Zoom? If you are, go ahead.
Hey, Kenny, it's Brett Dawson at the CJ. When you talk about their connectedness and their playing for each other, where are you guys in that process, and what's the next step for you there?
I would say we're learning, Brett, to be honest with you. We're learning what that is. I'm 300 and whatever in experience, so a lot of this they don't know. A lot of things about winning basketball they're learning, and we're learning as we go, and we're playing good teams as we're learning. So it makes it very difficult. But the best examples are when you're playing a team like them and you see how they're responding. You hear their coach talking about move the ball, which every coach says, and you see the ball passing around and hard cuts and hard screens, back cuts and split actions, and it's a lot of stuff you're guarding, and they're running it at a pace that if you're not paying attention and if you're not anticipating things, they burn you on it. So to answer your question, we're sort of learning that, what it's like to be a team. And we got great examples. The problem is they're your opponents, which is not so fun.
Anything else on the Zoom?
Hey, Kenny, Eric Crawford from Louisville. You guys are doing a lot of things better. The results haven't changed yet, but do you feel like like guys are keeping themselves up despite, losing games? It would appear they continue to improve in a lot of areas. You still got areas you want to improve, but how do you feel about where they are mentally?
I feel like they're disappointed in the losing, and I've said this from day one. When you continue to lose games and you're in them and you're in a battle and you come up short, psychologically that does something to you, and you really have to change something about something that you're doing. For me, it starts in practice. It starts 2 and 3 days before we ever play a game, and it doesn't. And when I say that, the practices, not when the practices are, like a walkthrough. It's when they're intense. It's when they're hard. It's when they're conditioning. It's when it's physical. I want to see guys fight through and concentrate during those times, because that's the only way, the very only way that it resembles a game. So if we go through and we just walk through plays, and we go through and we walk through what the other team is doing, and we get some shots and we leave, and if we're worried about injuries and not practice hard, then we're not going to develop. We're not going to get better. We're not going to be prepared. I want our team to get better in practice. I want us to be a good practice team, and I believe if we do become a good practice team, we'll become a good game team, and we're struggling with that right now.
Time for one more, if there is one.
Coach, 45% from three tonight on the road. What was the key to having so much success shooting from three tonight?
I just think anytime we get the ball in the lane, good things happen. If we just have our head up and we step into our shots, again, I'll say this, some people think good offensive teams are good shooting teams. I don't believe that. I believe that good offensive teams are good passing teams. So I want to be a really good passing team. I believe that if you work on your jump shot and continue to work on it, and you shoot the ball in rhythm every single day, in the same every day, you'll be able to make shots. But when the ball is moving and you get to step into a shot and you're open, there's a pretty good chance you're going to make a good shot. So I thought we did that the second half. I thought we shot the ball from three decent, but the key to it was getting the ball in the lane.
All right.
Thank you,
all.
guys.